out of here to safety. Fortress is his tombstone. Shit. He's scared of ducks. Follow us! Follow us! We'll get you to safety! Irish, what are you doing? Can't just leave him in the back. Follow us! We'll get you to the USS Valkyrie!
Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. And it reads, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, Yahweh, Bashema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Ruha Rukakodash. Double honor to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles, and the community, waking up the lost sheep, the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness, sincerity. Again, I'm going to say shalom. It'll be short, family. We're going to go through the notifications, some scriptures, and I'll wind it down. End time headline reports. I won't go into it, but I'm going to read this notification. We just get some scriptures, and I'll make it short. Okay. Check this out. End time headline made a post right around 10:56 p.m. and this notification reads, how will you survive the day an enemy estate switches off the internet? I'm going to read that again. It says, how will you survive the day an enemy state switches off the internet? Okay. We can go into a lot of areas with that biblically. But even the powers that be, they gave us a recent film like Leave the World Behind. Okay. You go into the old zombie series, that AMC series. I forget the actual name. It's been a while. I think it's called, The Walking Dead. Okay. I was thinking Left 4 Dead, like the video game, but I think it was called Walking Dead or The Walking Dead. It was an ongoing series. I mean, they got carried away with episodes, but they kind of show you, you know, how it would be when the nation is just broken down. Okay. Leave the World Behind, most recent, they went into that. But it's a lot of films that go into that. Okay. And why this elite system crumbles, that's a big probability. Okay. That's a big probability coming into this final exodus. Okay. And I wouldn't rule it out. That's why some elders been putting out that warning, and teachers been putting out the warning, have your bug out bag ready, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay. You go into the scriptures, you know, the Most High tell you that in Zechariah 13 and 9, he got to try us as gold is tried. Okay. So we coming in. I'm praying, family. I'm praying it's the end, but I can't tell y'all that, man. No man know the day or the hour, so I can't go there. Okay. I can't tell y'all this is the year. I'm not about to make that error. If we've seen many false prophets in the community give a date, a season, a time, and be confounded. So, not on this end. Okay. But on this notification, it says, how will you survive the day an enemy state switches off the internet? Just believe in the Most High. Yo, check it. When you read the history of Exodus, did they have internet in that time? They didn't have internet in the ancient world. And it'll just kind of go back, okay? Let's get a precept. Show y'all something. Let's get Ecclesiastes. One moment. 4 and verse Because the Most High, he required that which was past. Let me see. I'm trying to get that precept. The Most High, he requires that. Let me try chapter 3 then. One moment. Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes 3:15. I got it right here. Slakia. It says, that which has been is now, and that which is to be had already been. And God required that which is past. So we should be going back into the ancient way. Let's get that account in Amos 9. Okay. It's nothing to be afraid of. If you're walking in the fear of God, of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you keeping the commandments, you got nothing to be afraid of anyways. Okay. Amos 9 and verse, I think it's 11 or 10. It's 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So the Most High required that which was past. And if you're walking in this truth, there's nothing to be afraid of. The Most High is setting the stage to bring us home into the kingdom. And for the wicked, they're going to get turned to ashes, man. Okay. There's another notification I'm on. Just share. Okay. End time headline reports. It says United States nuclear aircraft carrier reportedly enters Red Sea. I'm going to read that again. It says United States nuclear aircraft carrier reportedly enters Red Sea. I mean, let's just call it for what it really is, man. See that conflict? That's about to get real ugly real fast. Something real bad is going to cause a domino effect that could literally bring in, how do you say, I don't really teach when Jacob's trouble going to come. I believe we've been in it from chiefly 70 AD to this very day. But it's going to be an elevation. It's a big chance little America going to get blown up, and it's going to be some scary days before the nuclear missiles come to destroy America. That could probably play out. Got to consider that, considering everything that's happening right now. So if you're in the knowledge of this truth, just keep the commandments. And don't walk in fear. Just walk in the commandments of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's it. Don't worry about what's going on. Okay, you see all the camps, the congregations bidding the marriage. Brother Yalsop Israel doing his best to keep pushing exhortation videos. And the Lord gonna save us out of this place, man. Okay? So don't be in fear. America's on its way out. And the judgment day, just gotta pray that thing closer. It's very close. You know, I hope it is, but again, you read that in Matthew 24. Only the Father know when this thing gonna manifest. None of us really know. But for the time being, keep the commandments. Your Sabbath days, your high holy days, do your very best while we continue to watch the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob destroy America. And we're witnessing that right now. Okay. Let's get some precepts and you want it done. Let's get Daniel's. I want 2. Yeah, let's deal with the classic in Daniel's 2. We're gonna end it here. We're gonna end it around here. I want Daniel's 2. We're going to start at verse 30. I'm going to read down. Okay. Daniel's 2 and verse 30. Yo, check it. It says, but as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king. Dealing with King Nebuchadnezzar, right? And that thou mightst know the thoughts of thy heart. Reading on. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. The great image whose brightness was excellent stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. Okay. Reading on. The image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron, part of clay. That's really going into the kingdoms that ruled to this very last one, which is the United States, modern day Rome, aka Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay. Daniel 2 and 34. Thou sawest till a stone was cut out with hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Okay. That's symbolic to that Revelations 20 account. I believe that's Revelations 20, 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. It tell you that no place was found for them. Let's get that. Check this out. We're gonna finish up in Daniel's. Yo, check this. Revelations chapter 20 and verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. Let's get that in Daniel's. That's why I tell y'all, family, precept upon precept, line upon line, here little and there little. Any bug out group telling you the precepts is non and void, you don't want to listen to a group like that. General disclaimer. Let's finish up. Let's go back to Daniel's 2. Just saying. Daniel's 2, I believe it was verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. They're almost saying the same thing. It's going into the judgment, man. Okay, and America is the final place to be judged. Then the Most High, by way of Hamashiach Yahushai, the angels, the prophets, the saints, they're going to run this world in righteousness and holiness, and there will be no more Ku Klux Klan and racism, white supremacy running this earth anymore. Okay. Now read it again. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. That's symbolic into that destruction as well. Okay, when you go into like certain terms like mountains, that's dealing with kingdoms. Okay, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Though O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven had given thee a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. Okay, whosoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven had given into thine hand, and had made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. This is really coming. This is the coming of Hamashiach Yahushua and the host of heaven to take this world back in righteousness. All praises, right? Verse 39. And after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. The fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. And as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Reading on, almost done, y'all. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. Okay, and we seeing that with your Democrat, Republican Party, the breakup from NATO, and now this whole BRICS build-up to overthrow Babylon the Great, aka the United States of America. Okay, or Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay. Verse 42. As the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with marry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. That's dealing with all the nations, okay? But they shall not cleave one to another. And we've seen that with the fighting and the division, okay? Even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, dealing with Zion, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. That's dealing with Christ, the angels, okay, the prophets, the saints, ruling forever and ever. That's what that's going into, okay? And you look at everything that happened in 2023, the war in the Middle East, the war with Ukraine, the BRICS nations. I'm praying the hammer hit America real quick. And now I'm dealing with the hammer of judgment. Okay, when Christ and the saints save the chosen and just destroy the wicked forever. Okay, but we have to survive this. Let's get Daniel's 12:1. We're going to do here. Just keep this in mind. But family, keep the commandments and do not walk in fear. Excuse me. Do not walk in fear in these last days. Just believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. You got to pray to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and keep these commandments, and you'll be all right. Okay? Daniel's 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, dealing with the children of Israel. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, and everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's another link up with Revelations 20 and 10 on down. Because when the judgment books are open, okay, the book of life, you know, that's really dealing with, okay, those that's chosen to enter into the kingdom and those that's going to be condemned forever. Okay. This is the point. Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Salakia. From the top. And many of them that sleep into the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Okay, let's get one more. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. Okay? And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. Okay, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. That's that judgment when these missiles just destroy this place, man. Okay. Last verse. Revelation 20 and 15. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And with that, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness, sincerity. Israel, I love y'all. We got next. Shalom.